everyone, I am Ariel Lim and thank you for joining me on the mat today. It is President's Day, and what comes to mind when I think of presidents is leaders and leadership. And some of the qualities that I think of with leadership are confidence, self-discipline, and really choosing to own your inner power, right? So today we're going to activate that solar plexus chakra. So that's our core. It's really our source of confidence, our source of power. So we're going to work on that a little bit. I am healing a little bit from a new tattoo, so we're not going to go a little too crazy or anything like that. We'll try to keep it a little bit gentle as a solar plexus practice can be, and we're going to have some fun. So we'll start in a nice seated, comfortable position of your choice. I am in half lotus as per usual, but feel free to sit in an easy seat, so Savasana, maybe have your self in a kneeling position, anything that works for you today. You're gonna sit up nice and tall, shoulders relaxed and down. Get the wiggles out, maybe roll your shoulders back a little bit, just to get the body moving, but to really settle into our practice. And then when you're ready, you're going to take a nice big inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. One more nice big inhale. Maybe this time you bring your shoulders up by your ears and exhale to let everything go. On our next inhale, we're going to bring our arms up and overhead. And then we're going to bring that right hand down to the floor and lean over to the right, getting a nice side stretch, waking up our obliques, that side body. We're going to be doing some twists, so this is a great way to warm up. Another inhale, maybe you look up at the sky, ceiling, maybe your hand. Inhale and exhale to come back to center, and we'll take it to the left. So bring that left hand down. Reach up and over with the right arm. Maybe we look up towards the sky, towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale to come back to center. We'll rise your hands up overhead, and then we're going to twist gently to the right, bringing that left hand outside of our right knee or to the right thigh, tenting our fingertips behind us, maybe looking over that right shoulder. Inhale to bring space and length into the spine. And exhale to twist a little deeper, waking up that spine for some of the twisting we'll do. Inhale and exhale to come back to center. We'll rise both hands up and overhead, and then twist over to the left, bringing the right hand to the left knee, bringing our fingertips behind us. Inhaling to lift and lengthen, and exhale to twist a little bit further to the left, maybe looking over that left shoulder towards the mat behind you. Inhale and exhale to come back to center. We'll rise our hands up and overhead, bringing our hands together into our chest in prayer position. Taking a moment here to maybe set an intention for your practice, or maybe choose a mantra for your practice, such as, I am confident, or I can do hard things. Once you've settled on your intention or your mantra, take a nice big inhale, breathing it in, and exhale. Any obstacles, any fear, any doubts, any worries in your way. From here, we'll bring our hands to our knees here, and we're going to go clockwise, kind of stirring our bodies in like a moving seated cat-cow. So as we come forward, we're going to bring our chest forward, bring our shoulders forward. Inhale and exhale to come back, bringing that navel to the spine, bringing our shoulders forward, back. And then we'll come back on an inhale, doing a couple of them at our own pace, waking up the spine. Maybe today you're in a slower pace like I am, or maybe you want to speed things up a little. Inhale, come forward. Exhale to come back. And And then we'll go in a counterclockwise direction. Inhaling to come forward, smoothing our chest, moving over towards the left. Exhale to come back. Think cat pose here. Inhaling, think cow. Couple more at your own pace. And then we'll come back to center. From here, we'll make our way up to a tabletop position. However you get there is up to you. In your tabletop position, your wrists will be directly below your shoulders. Your knees will be directly below your hips. If you look back, you don't want to be able to see your feet. You want your feet straight behind your knees here. Keep your hands open, fingers wide. You want to distribute the weight evenly and not dump it all into our wrists. A lot of us, just with the work we do on computers, we're putting a lot of pressure on the wrists anyways. So let's not add to it on the mat. From here, we're going to bring our big toes to touch, bring our knees out wide, sinking our hips back, just for a quick child's pose to center us a little bit. Reaching forward, bringing our chest and our forehead to the mat. Inhale. And exhale. One more nice big inhale in your child's pose, filling up the sides of the torso, remembering to bring the stretch throughout the body. And exhale as we move back into our tabletop position, our limbs stacked here, our spine's nice and straight, the nice line of energy moving from our crown to our tail here. We'll extend our right arm out to the right. We're going to do some thread the needle. So we'll bring that right hand underneath our left arm, bringing our right shoulder, our right ear to the mat. Inhale. Exhale. We'll come back, bringing our right arm out. Inhale, lifting it maybe a little bit higher. And exhale to bring that right arm back underneath our left. Bringing our shoulder and our ear to the mat. Inhale. We'll come up one more time. Maybe this time we twist a little bit further to come up. And exhale to thread the needle. We'll stay here for a couple breaths, stretching the shoulders and the side body. And on an inhale, we'll come back up to all fours. And now we'll do that on the left. So bring our left arm out to the left, and then bring it underneath our right arm, bringing that left ear, left shoulder to the mat. Inhale. Come up, extend that left arm, maybe a little bit higher this time. And exhale to thread the needle again. Inhale, come back up, maybe twist just a little bit further, reaching towards the ceiling. And exhale to thread the needle. Bringing the shoulder and the ear to the mat, taking a few deep breaths. Beautiful. One more deep inhale. And then we'll come back up to all fours. Maybe we scoot those knees back just a little bit, bring them a little closer together. Reaching our arms forward and bringing our chests down for a puppy pose here. You want to keep your hips stacked above your knees, trying to bring that chest down towards the ground. You don't necessarily have to bring it all the way down, but it's the intention here. Maybe you rest your forehead on the mat. This is a great stretch of the belly, a great stretch in the arms. One more inhale and exhale. We'll come back up to a tabletop position, and then we'll tuck our toes and lift our heels up, back, bringing our hips up towards the sky for a downward facing dog. In our downward dog, we want our hands spread wide, keeping that weight evenly distributed throughout your fingers and your hands. Maybe you pedal it out here. Just to wake up the back of the legs for a minute. Taking nice, big, deep breaths. Maybe shaking the head. Yes. Nodding the head no, or vice versa. And then take a moment of stillness here in your downward dog with the intention of bringing the heels towards the mat, feeling that nice length of a straight spine, perfect alignment here. And then we'll bring our big toes to touch. Extend our right leg up and back, and then bend our knee off for split dog, taking hip circles in one direction. Beautiful. And then another. And then we'll extend that right knee up and bring it forward, placing it just outside of our right hand. We'll lower our left knee and our left leg down to the mat. Bring the top of our left foot down on the mat. You may need to readjust a little bit. Getting yourself comfortable here in your lizard position. You can keep your hands on the mat, maybe have them tented. If you have blocks, that's definitely a great way to bring the ground up a little bit higher to you. Not all of us can reach the mat in this position. So whatever you need to make your practice work for you is perfect. Grab some blocks, grab whatever you need. Take another breath here, lifting our chest forward. Inhale, and then maybe you'll come down to the forearms for a minute in your lizard. You don't have to, but try it out. See how it changes the stretch here in your hips and in your shoulders. Try to keep your shoulders active here. We're not collapsing down. We're keeping a nice level of energy in our shoulders. Trying to make this a full body stretch here. One more big inhale. And on an exhale, we'll come back up and we'll bring that left hand right underneath our nose. And we're going to bring our right arm up for a twist over to the right, opening our arms up nice and wide. And maybe you look up towards the sky or towards your right hand here. Or if you need a little stability, feel free to look down at that left palm, just whatever works for you. Inhale and exhale. We'll bring back our hand to the mat, lift ourselves up on that back toe, and step our right foot back to downward facing dog. Pedaling it out here just for a moment, or maybe you take a moment of stillness or a moment in child's pose. When you're ready, we'll bring our big toes to touch and extend that left leg up and back, bending the knee off for split dog. And we'll take hip circles in one direction, opening the hips, waking up the body, activating our power. And then we'll take that circle in another direction. Beautiful. And then we'll extend that left leg up and back before bringing it outside of our left hand. We'll lower the right knee, the right leg, the top of the right foot onto the mat here. Maybe you bring that left foot out just a little further. You don't need to be stacked all in the midline here. You need to bring some distance between your hips. By all means, do so. Taking a moment to get your alignment here, keeping the palms and the fingers spread nice and wide here. Then we'll inhale to lift our chest. And then exhale, you can come down to the forearms. See how that feels on this side? Maybe it feels better. Maybe it's more of a challenge. Maybe there's no difference at all. Just observe. Feel your power. There's a lot of power in this pose. Keeping those shoulders active, please. And then we'll lift back up, keeping our right hand right underneath our nose. So we'll open our left arm up towards the sky, opening for a twist to the left. Inhale. And exhale, we'll bring that left hand back down, lift up our right foot, and step back with the left foot into a downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Take a break in child's pose or a tabletop position if you need to. And then take a moment of stillness. Feeling that energy flowing through your body. You might be shaking a little bit, and that is perfectly okay. That is that prana, that life force just moving through you, reminding you that you are alive. And all you need to do in this moment is just breathe. Just be. That alone is powerful and has power in it. Inhale. And then we'll bring our big toes to touch. Extend that right leg up and back. And then we'll bring that right knee to the right elbow. Inhale, exhale, up and back. Then we'll bring that right knee to the left elbow. Ooh, getting fun, huh? And we'll take it back. One more, we'll bring that knee into the chest, squeeze our heel towards our glutes for a moment, and then step in between the fingers and lift up for a high lunge, maybe extending the arms up and overhead for a moment before we open them up wide and take a twist to the right. Trying to keep our spines nice and long here. Inhale and exhale. We'll take a step forward with our left foot, bringing our foot to the mat at a nice 45-degree angle here, straightening our front leg. And then we'll lower the right hand and bring our left arm up and over for a reverse triangle. Remembering to breathe. Inhale. Exhale, we'll bring that left hand down inside of our right foot and reach up with our right hand for a revolve triangle here. Inhale. Maybe looking up on your exhale towards your right fingertips. Or if you need a little extra stability, feel free to look down towards your left hand or your right foot. Whatever's going to make your practice safe for you and comfortable. Inhale. And exhale, we'll bring that right hand down to the ground. Pivot that our left foot. And then step back with our right foot into downward facing dog. Pedaling it out here. Taking a breath between sides. You're doing an amazing job. This is a challenging, powerful practice, but you've got this. I believe in you. So we'll bring our big toes to touch, extend that left foot back, and then we'll bring our left knee to our left elbow. Kick it back up, three-legged dog, and then we'll bring that left knee to the right elbow. Waking up that solar plexus, I promise you. Then we'll bring that left foot up and back. And one more time, we'll bring that left knee into our chest. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze our heel towards our glute. And then step between the hands and come up for a high lunge. Ooh, it's getting spicy. Inhale. Bring our arms out wide, and then we'll twist to the left. Keeping a nice length in our spine. Trying to bring that left arm almost as if you were going to bring yourself all the way around. It'll help you stay nice and twisted and to the left here. Inhale. And then we'll step our right foot forward a little bit at a 45-degree angle, straightening our left leg, keeping our twist for a moment before we lower that left hand and bring our right arm up and back for a reverse triangle. Inhale, maybe look up to the sky. And exhale to open back up for our twist before we lower that right hand down to the mat on the inside of our left foot, reaching that left arm up towards the sky. Inhale. Maybe you take the gaze up towards the fingertips, or you keep that gaze down to the feet and the hands in front for stability. Inhale. And then we'll bring that left hand down outside of our left foot. And then we'll pivot on that right foot and step our left foot back. For our final downward facing dog of the practice, pedal it out one last time. Enjoy that perfect alignment of the spine. You made it through some challenging standing poses. We're going to take it down low and then we'll close things out. You got this. And then we'll bring our knees down to the mat. Bring our big toes to touch. Our knees wide, hips back for child's pose. Reaching our hands forward, our chest forward. Maybe bringing that forehead to the ground. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. One more nice big inhale. And exhale. We'll come back up to a tabletop position. And from here we'll bring our knees together and we'll sit up in the kneeling position. So we're going to do our peak pose today, which is camel pose. It's a great way to wake up the solar plexus. And we're also opening our hearts here in this pose. And I think a great leader not only has to have power, but they have to love. They have to come from a place of empathy, from caring about the people they're leading, right? So we're going to do a little bit of that in this pose as well. So in your kneeling position, you're going to bring your hands to your hips here, pressing the hips forward, bringing your head back slowly as you go into your back bend. Maybe you don't bring your head back because it's not good for your neck, whatever feels good for you here. If you want to challenge yourself, you can let that head fall back a little bit, making sure you keep your hips pressed forward past the knees. And then we'll come back to kneeling and into a child's pose, keeping our legs close together, and we'll paint our mat, bringing our palms up and our foreheads down to the mat in this child's pose. Inhale and exhale. As we come up for a full camel pose, if you are up for the challenge, I'm going to move sideways here so you can see what I'm doing. So if you want to stay in the modified camel we did earlier, bring the hands to the hips, press the hips forward, bringing our head back. Or you can move into the full camel, and this one you're going to reach towards your heels and let your head fall backwards. Inhale here. Remember to keep your hips pressed forward. Try to keep your knees together here. One more inhale. And then slowly come up to the kneeling position. And then we'll move back into a child's pose. Keeping our knees together, bringing our palms back and facing up, wrapping around our legs, and our forehead down to the mat. Inhale. Exhale to relax the weight of your body completely for a moment. Beautiful. And we'll come forward onto our bellies here, bringing our forearms to the mat, about a forearm's distance apart. You can measure by bringing your wrists together here, or wrists to elbows, I should say. Bring your solar plexus to the mat, so your tummy to the mat, your legs flat, tops of your feet flat on the mat. Maybe you bring your feet out wide for a little extra stability and to give you a little bit more space in this last final mini back bend we'll do today. We want to bring our chest forward, almost as if you're bringing your forearms back, but more of the intention of that. This is Sphinx pose here. Look forward, inhale, maybe lift up a little bit more, and exhale. We'll lower down and turn onto our backs to close things out. We'll bring our knees into our chest, giving ourselves a nice big hug. Rocking back and forth, releasing some tension from the spine if we've created any in this practice. And then we'll bring our feet to the floor and cross our right foot over our left knee. You can stay here in a figure 4 position, maybe gently pressing into that right thigh here. Or you can thread the needle behind the left thigh here, maybe gently pressing your right elbow into your right thigh and bringing that left knee towards your chest for a reclined pigeon. Very similar to the figure 4. So if you're in a figure 4, it's a very similar stretch. Inhale gently. And exhale, we'll bring that left foot to the floor and cross our right leg completely over to the left and bring our knees to the left for a nice reclined twist. We'll cactus our right arm and look over to the right, or we can look up at the sky. Taking a few breaths here in our reclined twist. Rinsing out any last fears, doubts, and worries from our body. And then we'll come back to center. Give ourselves a nice big squeeze one more time. Beautiful. Bringing our feet down to the mat. And this time we'll go into the other side, crossing that left foot over our right knee. You can stay here, maybe in the side, a reclined pigeon doesn't feel good and you want to stay here, maybe gently pressing into the left thigh. By all means, you do you. If you'd like to take it a little further, you could thread the needle, grabbing behind your right thigh with your hands, maybe pressing that left elbow into the left thigh, pulling the right knee in towards the chest. You can rock a little bit, or you can enjoy stillness in your reclined pigeon on this side. Inhale. And exhale, we'll bring that right foot down to the floor, bring our left foot all the way over to the right and let our knees fall to the right. Maybe you leave that right hand on top of the knees and cactus your left hand over to the left. Either looking towards that left hand or up towards the sky. Taking nice deep full breaths in your reclined twist on this side. Feeling that twist in the spine, and the side body, the obliques. We've done a lot of work on our side body and our obliques today. So it should feel nice, to provide some nice relief here. Inhale. And then we'll come back up to center, giving ourselves one final squeeze for our practice. Maybe bringing the head up towards our knees, crawling ourselves into a tiny little ball. And then you can release into your Savasana, bringing an ankle towards either edge of the mat, letting your arms fall by your sides with your palms facing up. Taking a nice big inhale, inhaling all this power, this confidence, this good energy we've cultivated in our practice today. And exhaling all of the weight in our bodies into our mats, feeling the earth support us, feeling our mat support us, feeling our own power supporting us. Taking another nice big inhale and exhale completely to relax, letting everything go that no longer serves you. Remain laying in your Savasana. I'm going to sit up and read some solar plexus chakra affirmations to you. You can repeat them silently to yourself and breathe them in. I am disciplined. I move about my day with confidence. choose to stand in my power. I am disciplined. I move through my life with confidence. I choose to stand in my power. Take a deep breath, inhaling those affirmations, letting them resonate, letting them fill you with discipline, confidence, and power. Exhale to release anything that holds you back, all the doubt, all the worry, all the fear. Let it all go. Inhale and exhale to rest in your Savasana. I will call you when it is time to return to this space and close out our practice. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Maybe you give your wrists and your ankles a few rolls in one direction and then in the other before turning over onto whichever side feels good today, using your lower arm as a pillow, taking a moment to reflect on our time on the mat today. Reflect on how you can take what you cultivated on the mat today into your life as a leader. We're all leaders in some way, shape, or form, whether it's at home, at work, at school, church, whatever it is that you do. We are all leaders, and it starts by leading yourself, right? Leading yourself throughout your day. And today you did something good for yourself by coming to the mat. So I am proud of you. I hope you are proud of you. Take a nice deep breath. And then come up to a nice seated, comfortable position with your eyes closed or your eyes lowered. We'll take a nice deep inhale together, lifting our arms up and overhead, bringing our hands together in prayer, and then bring our hands to heart center. Happy President's Day, everyone. I hope you feel empowered. I hope you feel ready to lead, whether it's when you go back to work tomorrow, if you had today off, or whatever you do for the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me on the mat. From my heart to yours.